Oh, nice one, Kat.
Thanks, Abuelo. Though, I don't know that it's fair. Bram, I think you made the beard a little too big. It's an easy target.
But I gave William a secret weapon. Fire a volley.
Oh, he sent the fire all right.
You know, you could make a bunch of these, and instead of fighting each other, they could fight against hunger or despair.
Now, there's an idea, Turk.
That could be a good way to teach junior soldiers about some of the other leaders from the early days of the Salvation Army.
Yeah, we could call them heroes of the faith. Who else should we do?
One of my favorites is Eliza Shirley.
Mama Luma, can you hook us up with some Halima Halo props?
I'll get you right on it. Girl, here comes your bunny.
Eliza Shirley! Only 16 years old when she joined the Salvation Army in London, young Eliza was all in, 100% from the get-go. Her parents weren't quite sure about her being in such dangerous places, but they soon realized that what she was doing was really important work. When her family had to move to the United States, she wanted to keep doing the Army's mission, even though there weren't any soldiers in America yet. So her and her family would be on their own.
But did that stop her?
No way. They started open-air meetings in Philadelphia, and though it was tough going at the start, they persevered and led so many people to Jesus.
So, what would you say Eliza defeated if she were going to defeat a battle bot?
I think Eliza Shirley conquered fear. Fear of being too young. Fear of going to a new place. Fear of doing it alone. Through God's help, Eliza conquered fear. That's why she's one of my favorites.
You know, she's one of mine too, Kat. I'm reminded of her every time I see all the good that you kids do. God does powerful things with you young folks, and don't you forget it.
We won't, Mr. B.
Can I pick the next one?
Sure. Who do you want to do?
Mama Luma, hollow mahalo me up for one Sammy Bringle.
You don't have to holler. Here comes your high collar.
Samuel Logan Bringle. Bringle was a brilliant scholar in Boston, and when he was finished with school, he had lots of offers to be the pastor at big-time churches. But Bringle kept it real, and he turned them all down after hearing William Booth speak. He went to England, joined the mission there, and didn't consider himself better than anyone, even though he'd had a lot of training. He was a true servant and spent his life teaching people about holiness.
So which battle bot would Brangle defeat?
I'd say what Bringle overcame was selfishness. By not thinking he was better than anyone else, and by living and teaching that God's way is always the best way. Bringle defeated selfishness in himself and helped others defeat it too.
Nicely handled, Turk.
You kids lead that way too. In how you give your time and how you're always learning new ways of following God and sharing that with others. Bringle would be proud of you.
Thanks, Mama Luma.
What about you, Bram? Who would you pick?
That's easy. Oh, Mama Luma, a peculiar fella with a certain umbrella?
As the man says, here's your mustache and fez.
Nishan Garabedian, or as you probably know him, Joe the Turk. It all started when Joe saw some Salvationists being attacked. He stepped in and protected them. And even though he didn't join up right away, his life was never the same. And he started down a long path of service. Before long, he changed his name to Joe the Turk, and his life was all about ministering to people and making things right. He traveled all over and wore a hat like this, called a fez, with his tunic. He was totally different from anyone else. He carried around a bright umbrella and put messages on it, like Jesus saves. One time, he even ran a corrupt mayor out of town and helped the people elect a new one.
And what did the mighty Joe the Turk defeat?
Joe the Turk defeated injustice. Why the umbrella? Because the forecast calls for a smackdown.
Well, I don't know if this battle bot thing is going to work. But you got one thing right. It is a fight. It's a fight to do the right thing, to step out there, to put others first. I'm glad you kids have some Army heroes to look up to, especially ones that do things a little differently than everyone else. God has equipped you the same way He equipped Eliza and Samuel and Joe to do amazing things, to use the gifts He gave you to do them. Maybe one day, junior soldiers will be learning about the new things you kids came up with.
You really think so?
I can almost see it.